Hello, Northwest Georgia. Welcome to your weather on North Georgia Television. Today is going to be partly cloudy with a high near 91 and a low of 70. Some clouds in the morning will give way to mainly sunny skies for the afternoon. And now for a look around the region. Calhoun at 75, expect midday temp of 87 and 91 for your afternoon high. Chatsworth at 71, 87 at midday, then 91 for the high with some clouds. Chickamauga had 72 this morning, expect a midday temp of 88, then 90 later in the afternoon with a lot of sunshine. Kahata 70, warming up to 86 by noon and 90 later. Dalton starting at 70 this morning, expect 87 at noon with more sunshine and later afternoon high of 91. Fairmount 72 this morning, rising to 87 by noon, then 92 for your high with cloudy skies. Fort Oglethorpe at 72 this morning, 88 expected by midday, and up to 91 around 5. Lafayette had 70 this morning, up to 87 by midday, with sunshine and a cloud mix, and 90 is the expected afternoon high. Ringgold 71 this morning, expect a noon temp of 87, then up to 90 later this afternoon. And now for your 7-day forecast. Saturday, sunny skies with highs around 94 and lows at 68. Sunday, mostly sunny despite a few clouds from time to time. High 94, overnight low of 68. Monday, mostly sunny, highs near 95 and lows at 71. Wind light and variable. Tuesday, sunny skies, high of 96. Winds light and variable, overnight generally fair with a low of 73. Wednesday, mostly sunny skies, high of 95. Thursday, intervals of clouds and sunshine with a high of 92. Next Friday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 91 and a slight chance of rain. And that is your weather forecast. Whatever the weather, North Georgia Television hopes you have a blessed and beautiful day. And now for your local obituaries. Brian Jeffrey Pepper, age 60. Brian Pepper passed away on May 15th at Floyd Medical Center. Memorial service will be held at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Rome, Georgia on May 25th at 12 p.m. Arrangements are by Max Brannon and Sons Funeral Home of Calhoun. Jane Taylor, age 74. Jane Taylor of Dalton, Georgia, passed away Tuesday, May 21st. A funeral service to celebrate the life of Jane Taylor will be held at 3 p.m. Friday at the Chapel of Dalton Funeral Home with Pastor David Owens officiating. Interment will be at the West Hill Cemetery. William Bill Lee Holder of Dalton, age 68. Bill Holder passed away on Sunday, May 19th. Funeral service will be held at 11 a.m. on Saturday, May 25th at the Chapel of People's Funeral Home with Reverend Billy Willis officiating. Interment will follow at Crest Lawn Cemetery in Cooperville, Tennessee. The family will receive friends at the funeral home on Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. People's Funeral Home and Crematory of Chatsworth are in charge of the arrangements. Charles Lincoln Allen II, age 70. Charles Allen of Calhoun died Wednesday, May 22nd. The family will receive friends at Max Brennan and Sons Funeral Home on Friday, May 24th from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. A graveside service will be conducted on Friday, May 24th at 10:30 at the Gordon Memorial Gardens. Chaplain Keith Davis will officiate. Miss Dolores Helene Mazion, age 90. Dolores of Dalton, Georgia, departed this life Monday, May 20th of the Dalton Place. Viewing will be held Friday, May 31st from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Ponders Melrose Chapel, with Barry Minish concluding the words of comfort and pray at 7 p.m. Jerry Lamar Wright, age 76. Jerry Wright of Ringgold went home to be with his Lord and Savior Monday, May 20th. He was a Navy veteran served during the Vietnam War. Funeral service will be held at 1 p.m. Friday, May 24th at the Fort Oglethorpe Chapel, with Joe Gill officiating. Burial will follow at the Tennessee-Georgia Memorial Park. The family will receive friends prior to the service. Jean White Parker, age 79. Jean Parker of Oakman, Georgia, passed away on Wednesday, May 22nd at her residence. Funeral service will be conducted on Friday, May 24th at 5 p.m. at the Fairview Church of God of Oakman, Georgia, with Reverend Rich Harkins and Lynn Johnson officiating. Don Hess, age 79. Don Hess of Sugar Valley, Georgia, passed away on Tuesday, May 21st at the Gordon Health Center. The family will receive friends on Saturday, May 25th from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. at Thomas Funeral Home. Miss Charlene Porter Smith. Charlene Smith of Chickamauga, Georgia, passed away Thursday, May 23rd. Funeral arrangements will be announced later by Willis Funeral Home, Incorporated, Dalton, Georgia. Miss Carolyn May Turner, age 81. Carolyn Turner of Dalton, Georgia, departed this life Wednesday, May 26th at a local hospital. Service will be held Sunday, May 26th at 2 p.m. from the 11th Avenue Baptist Church, with Reverend Ronald Guffey and Reverend Robert Beavers officiating. Janine Marie Wade. Marie Wade of Calhoun, Georgia, departed this life Sunday, May 19th at Calhoun. A service will be held Friday, May 24th at 2 p.m. from the Ponders Calhoun Chapel, with Clyde McEntry officiating. Burial will be at the Bells Baptist Church Cemetery. And those are the obituaries. Stay tuned for your local news.
welcome to your local news, Northwest Georgia. We are your news, covering Whitfield, Murray, Gordon, Walker, and Catoosa counties. Thanks for joining us. I'm Connie Hall Scott.
And I'm Alexis Scott.
Coming up in the news, Gordon County man arrested for attempting to entice a minor. 2 film projects pulled from Georgia. Georgia man confesses to double murder. DPD searching for runaway teen. Area lawmakers stand behind Ralston. And Georgia superintendent search concludes. Plus, Rome man shot by PD after barricading in home. A man is arrested for choking a woman after other men flirted with her. And upcoming area events.
In Gordon County, Amar has been arrested on a man has, on multiple felony charges after attempting to meet up for a sexual encounter with what he thought was a minor. According to Floyd County jail reports, Gary Cleveland Fuller Jr., 40 years old, of 105 Pine Hill Drive, Calhoun, furnished obscene materials to the victim along with a narrative of the type of sexual acts he wished to perform with the victim. The incidents allegedly occurred between May 1st and May 20th. Fuller is charged with felony aggravated child molestation, felony use of a computer to entice a child to commit an illegal act, felony obscene internet contact with a child, felony computer pornography, as well as enticing a child for indecent purposes and electronically furnishing obscene material to a minor.
Wow. And 2 film projects have pulled production from Georgia after the governor signed the so-called heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. The heartbeat can be detected as early as 6 weeks before many women realize they are pregnant. The Lionsgate comedy Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar, starring Kristen Wiig and Anna Mamalo, and director Reed Morano's Amazon series The Power, initially were to be shot in Georgia, but now will relocate production. Morano did not immediately respond to a request for comment Wednesday, but told Time she had been scheduled to fly to Savannah to scout locations for the new TV series. She canceled after Governor Brian Kemp signed the bill. The measure is set to go up into effect on January 1st. Now, what do you think about this? Tell us your comments on our Facebook page at WDNN. We want to know what you have to say.
Authorities say they've cracked a nearly 17-year-old double murder case in Georgia's Paulding County. According to a report yesterday by the Associated Press, the sheriff's office Thursday said 44-year-old Andrew John Shadrix has been arrested on 2 counts of malice murder in the slaying of 21-year-old Shad Andrew English and 19-year-old Dennis Jeffrey Jackson. The men had been shot to death and their bodies were found in the trunk of a burning car on September 15, 2002 in the suburban Atlanta County. Atlanta homicide detectives investigated the case, but the trail soon went cold. Paulding County Sheriff's deputies assigned to the FBI Gang Task Force began working the case again early in 2018. On Wednesday, they said they secured a confession from Shadrix, who told them the murders were drug-related.
Okay. Well, the Dalton Police Department is asking for the public's help locating 16-year-old Angel Orozco, who has been reported as a runaway juvenile. This is not the first time that Orozco has run away from home, according to a press release issued by the DPD. Orozco most recently was reported as a runaway on May 14th from his home on Avenue East in Dalton. Orozco then returned home Monday, May 20th, and he left again sometime on Tuesday, May 21st. This time, his mother reported that he took all of his belongings with him. Orozco is known to do work as a carpenter or painter in the Cajada area. Anyone with information on where Orozco can be found is asked to please call Detective Brian Shirley at 706-278-9085, extension 9189.
State Representative Steve Tarvin's voice rose as he discussed allegations that House Speaker David Ralston, R. Blue Ridge, has abused the state's legislative leave law, which in the past has allowed members of the General Assembly to continue court cases in which they serve as an attorney if the cases interfere with their role as a legislator. When you are doing your job within the law, there is nothing unethical about that, Tarvin said. Tarvin, a Chickamauga Republican who represents District 2 in the House, said he knows people in Fannin and Gilmer counties where Ralston practices law, and he said after talking to them, he doesn't think there's an issue. The people over there who know these cases the best elected him. They know these cases, he said. Tarvin noted that he doesn't always agree with Ralston. I have voted against the Speaker. I have voted against former Governor Nathan Dill. I have voted against Governor Brian Kemp, and I will again, Tarvin said. But he said he stands behind Ralston's leadership. If there's somebody that can handle the House better than Speaker Ralston, I believe I'd support him, Tarvin said, adding that he hasn't found that person just yet. Tarvin was one of a number of lawmakers from Northwest Georgia who accompanied Ralston on Tuesday for a meeting with staff members of the Daily Citizen News, and all said they support the speaker and say the allegations against him are false. State Representative Jason Ridley, R. Chatsworth, said he has worked in Ralston's district since 2007. Not one single time since 2007 have I ever heard a bad word about him or his family, Ridley said. Ridley said he has also looked into the allegations against Ralston and believes Ralston is being unfairly maligned.
Maligned. That means they think that he's a good guy and all these charges against him are not good. And if you'll stick with myself and Alexis here, we'll be right back with you in a moment after this quick commercial break.
With VidLink, we're taking TV, streaming, and video to the next level with one simple app.
Having all the channels in HD is a huge plus. The quality of the picture on each channel is untouched by anything on the market right now. I would highly recommend VidLink to all my friends.
One thing I love about VidLink is the restart feature. If I turn on the TV and it's 10 minutes into a show, I just hit that restart button and I get to watch the whole thing.
Contact us today to learn how you can get linked.
Hi, I'm Judy Elliott, inviting you to join me on Lifestyles for Women show on WDNN TV. This year brings exciting new topics that women like to discuss or just know more about. Subjects like ways to look and feel your very best, travel, family, health, and sometimes just fun girl talk. It's always exciting, and we invite your suggestions. Just message me on Facebook at Lifestyles for Women, or for more information or to watch us online, visit WDNNTV.com, Lifestyles for Women.
While the word cancer can strike fear at the deepest level of our souls, in the case of skin cancer, the prognosis is very good. Basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas are the most common and are not normally included in cancer statistics.
Our office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of skin cancer.
If you're concerned about a mole or freckle that may be changing, give us a call. Most treatments can be performed in our office in about 15 minutes with very little discomfort.
I am Ron McKinney, pastor of Kinsey Drive Baptist Church in Dalton, Georgia. KDBC has been the birthplace of several Christian organizations. It was the birthplace of Christian Heritage School 30 years ago, and through the Academy of Fine Arts, Labrie Symphonic Orchestra was founded by KDBC members Gene and Betty Lindauer. The ministry of KDBC reaches around the world with the missions of To Every Tribe ministry, and I was a founding member of North Georgia Fellowship of Christian Athletes in 1992. Majesty is the longest running television program on North Georgia television. For 28 years, we have faithfully proclaimed the doctrines of grace. Kinsey Drive Baptist Church welcomes you to visit at 2626 Kinsey Drive on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Our website is kinseydrivebaptistchurch.com. To God be all the glory.
Precision Chemical and Paper Supply is locally owned and operated by Damon Duckett, serving our community for 40-plus years. We can supply all your away-from-home needs. Business-to-business products include janitorial, food and beverage, facilities and ground, office products, and packaging. Located at 101 Bryant Avenue in Dalton. Give Precision Chemical and Paper Supply a call today at 706-226-8795 or visit them on their website at precisionchemicalandpaper.com.
And I'm Lexi Scott.
And we have a few more things to say about the last story we ended with about Ralston, and I'll jump right in with saying that Representative Rick Jasper, a Republican of Jasper, said constituents back home continue to support Ralston. They know the man here who has been here for 30 years, 40 years, and his family way long before then, and what he's done for them and for others and what he will do, said Jasper. State Senator Jeff Mullis, a Republican from Chickamauga, who chairs the powerful Senate Rules Committee, said he continues to back the Speaker. He broke no law, and he's a great leader, Mullis said. Mullis said the public tends to assume that the General Assembly is made up of attorneys, but there are only 8 among the Senate's 56 members. He noted that the Senate's lawyer legislators supported a measure earlier this year that tightened up Georgia's legislative leave law, even though the changes also affect them. That bill, which was supported by attorneys in both chambers, cleared the Senate with a unanimous vote and the House by an overwhelming majority and was signed into law earlier this month by Kim. I think we all agreed that lawyers have a different perspective with their job, and usually they lose money by being in the General Assembly because they're paid by the hour, Mullis said. Representative Dwayne Hill, a Republican from Ringgold, said he has sought input from attorneys from both political parties who previously served in the legislature and said they defended Ralston's use of legislative leave. There's nothing there, it's all made up, Hill said. It's just a bunch of junk and a bunch of lies. State Representative Casey Carpenter, a Republican from Dalton, was not at the meeting, but he said by phone that he also continues to support Ralston. He's been well within the law, Carpenter said. Carpenter said he believes in some of the cases prosecutors also wanted a delay. This story was reported by Charles Oliver of the Daily Citizen News.
In Gordon County, Kimberly Fraker has been named the finalist for the Gordon County Schools Superintendent Search as of Thursday. Fraker has previously served Bartow County Schools as Chief of Leadership and Learning. The following story was reported by Alexis Drought of the Calhoun Times. Fraker has been in education for over 24 years, with her career consisting of classroom instruction, administration, and central office positions. Through her most recent position as Chief of Leadership and Learning, Fraker assisted the Bartow County Superintendent with daily tasks and operations. We are very fortunate to have someone with Fraker's credentials and experience to lead our system, said Board Chairman Charlie Walraven. We expect great things out of her. Fraker is married to Captain Jim Fraker of the Sandy Springs Police Department, and the couple has 3 children. Upon relocating to Gordon County, Fraker said she hopes to get involved in many organizations and get plugged into the local community. Fraker earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Georgia. Go Dogs. Her secondary English education certification from Kennesaw State, and achieved her master's and doctoral degrees from the University of West Georgia. Nominated by the board on Thursday, Fraker will remain the finalist for the position for 14 days in accordance with state law. And the board will conduct a final vote of approval upon the conclusion of the nomination period. This vote will take place during the board meeting on June 10th.
Following Fraker being announced as finalist, board member Eddie Hall thanked everyone who applied for the position, saying it was a tough decision. We had a great pool of applicants, Eddie Hall said. This was probably one of the hardest choices I've ever had to make in a position like this. Also during the called board meeting, Walraven addressed the contracted help that the board enlisted to assist with the superintendent search. James Wilson, founder of Education Planners, was hired in April to help the district and provide a neutral perspective throughout the process. Walraven said Wilson was permitting the board to determine how much to pay him, and after discussion, the board approved to pay Wilson $7,500 for his services. He did an amazing job and helped tremendously, making the process seamless, said board member Casey Smith. Walraven said the standard cost for hiring an outside contractor to help with a superintendent search is in the area of $10,000. Yet since Wilson was hired late in the process and took on fewer responsibilities, they decided to lower their payment. The board agreed that while $7,500 was less than the average, it was a fair price for the services Wilson offered the district throughout their search, and they were thankful for his assistance.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation says a man who had barricaded himself in a home was injured after shooting at officers Thursday morning. According to the GBI, Metro Drug Task Force and SWAT team members were serving a warrant for drugs and weapons at 1933 Kingston Highway. The Floyd County Police Department says the house belongs to a known gang member. The GBI says Michael Lee Spears had barricaded himself in the home, and when officers came in, Spears started firing. Officers fired back, hitting Spears. Police say that injuries were non-life threatening. SWAT team members were able to render aid until EMS arrived to take him to the hospital. No officers were injured in the shooting. The GBI says Michael Lee Spears had barricaded himself in the home, and when officers came in, Spears started firing.
Wow, that's like something out of a movie, huh?
It is.
Well, a Chattanooga man faces kidnapping and aggravated assault charges after an affidavit says he went into a jealous rage with a woman after he claimed to see men flirt with her at a bar. Court records say the victim in the case showed up at a nearby apartment, beaten, barely clothed, pleading for help. An affidavit obtained by News Channel 9 says on May 11th, 28-year-old Isaiah Ray McCollum went with a woman and some other friends to a local bar. There, the affidavit says McCollum became angry because he was jealous of other guys flirting with her. The two left the bar a short time later, and the woman told investigators McCollum's rage continued to escalate. The woman told investigators while they were driving to his house, he grabbed her throat and began squeezing until she could no longer breathe. Then the woman says he opened the car door and threw her out of the car while it was still moving. The woman said there was a man nearby who saw the scene, and McCollum stopped to pull her back in the car and proceeded to drive home. At that point, the woman said she tried to call 911, but McCollum grabbed her phone and destroyed it. Later at his home on Elder Street, the woman told investigators McCollum choked her for a second time so severely that she thought he was going to kill her. She said she managed to break free and tried to escape, but McCollum grabbed her again and grabbed her arm and hands and tried to get her to punch him to make it look like he was the victim. The struggle continued for quite some time, according to the affidavit, which says the woman ended up with almost all of her clothing removed. It was then that she said she managed to break free and run to a nearby apartment where she banged on the door. Police responded and took the woman to the hospital. The affidavit says investigators could see handprints on her neck, and the woman reported road rash on her legs and buttocks, and said she may have broken her hand. Police were unable to locate McCollum at that point, but Hamilton County Jail records show that officers ultimately arrested him on Wednesday. In addition to kidnapping and aggravated assault, McCollum is charged with vandalism, malicious mischief, and interfering with emergency calls.
As he should be.
Yeah, that's some pretty serious stuff.
That's
Talk about bad
insane.
movies.
We at North Georgia News invite you to tell us what you think. We want to know your opinions on these stories. Comment on our WDNN Facebook page and check out our Instagram account while you're at it. Now for upcoming events and bulletins. The Whitfield County Avenue of Flags were posted Tuesday at 7 o'clock a.m.
Today.
Yeah.
Today.
For Memorial Day weekends, the Whitfield County Courthouse and on King Street in Dalton. With the Memorial Day related events planned, flags will be retrieved on Tuesday at 5 o'clock p.m. and all patriotic volunteers are invited to join the regular crew to help retrieve flags. The City of Lafayette invites everyone to their 3rd annual Honeybee Festival on June 1st from 9 o'clock a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Festivities are to take place at Lafayette Square with arts and crafts vendors, food, free musical entertainment featuring top area performers, a kids zone and a barbecue competition, a baking contest, a pageant, and a cruise incomplete with antique tractors. There will also be an education area with lots of learning opportunities. This is a free event to attend and enjoy with something for the entire family.
That sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
It does.
Well, a Honeybee Festival. And the Community Foundation of Northwest Georgia has partnered with Georgia Early Education Alliance for Ready Students and 0 to 3 to bring Strolling Thunder to Dalton, Georgia on Saturday, June 1st, beginning at 1 p.m. at Burr Park. Now, we're going to talk more about that next time we see you. And until then, make good choices.